Greetings, YouTube. Found myself thinking about currencies again, and specifically currencies in a post-apocalyptic setting. Um, Mostly because I was talking about money recently on my YouTube channel, but real-world money. And one of the issues with real-world money is that we believe it's money because we believe it's money. That barter is awesome, but it's not fungible. If I've got this thing and you need this thing, we got a deal so long as you've got something I need. Now, if you don't have anything I need and you want this thing, then you're going to have to go find someone else to trade with and eventually come back and trade me the thing I want for this thing. But eventually, it's very likely, beyond consumables, you're going to saturate the market because your market's going to be local, only what you can transport the thing to. So that's not as useful. Also, it's difficult to transport that across international uh, uh, borders. And let's be honest, I can't pay for something in Britain through Amazon with that thing. So barter has its place, but it's not as handy as money. Now, in a post-apocalyptic setting, it's worse because all that wonderful script that we have, all that paper money, now is toilet paper or kindling. The reality is that without a government to back it, and with a bunch of people agreeing that yes, it's worth something, it's worth nothing. So, what do you use? Well, the classic when it comes to post-apocalyptic settings is always people default to Fallout, which is bottle caps. Now, I have argued in the past and will continue to argue to my dying day that bottle caps are really dumb. They have no intrinsic usefulness in and of themselves. Gold and silver at least does. And there's no reason you could not have gold and silver be currencies in a post-apocalyptic setting. I know I've done it many times, and there are people who are today in the real world depending on gold and silver to be functional currencies after our society collapses. There are people preparing right this minute for that eventuality. And at least in the favor of gold and silver, they do have some use beyond the fact that we believe they're currency. Gold has certain, electrical characteristics and material characteristics. For example, it doesn't corrode easily at all. I mean, when you find a gold coin at the bottom of the ocean, it looks like a gold coin. Silver looks like a lump of black, but a gold coin looks like a gold coin everywhere. And I know that they've used it for wiring of expensive electronics. I had a friend that used to use it in military hardware that he was working on when he was working, I think, which company? He was working for one of the defense contractors. But they were making they were soldering under microscopes with gold wire because it makes great thin wire and it's gold has great electrical characteristics. So at least it has some use beyond jewelry, which is silver and gold are both good for that, and we think it's currency because we think it's currency. So if you want something which has some intrinsic value in and of itself, and yet is somewhat fungible, as it's easy to transport, going to be readily acceptable by a lot of different people, what are you going to choose? Again, I think gold and silver are still viable. But you're going to, maybe people want to go something towards barter, but not all the way towards this level of barter. Okay. And in case anyone's wondering, this is a brass chain link from a minesweeper from World War II. An actual one. It was actually saw service, and that's part of the chain. Now, this is great currency. Simple, portable, easy to use, can literally save your ass. Unfortunately, if you trade it to someone, they can use it to kill your ass. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. So, I was thinking, I'm a maker. I make stuff all the time. Right now, I'm holding off on a project that I would really like to continue. I've got the woodworking done. I've got the threaded rod I need already purchased, but I can't cut the rod to length because I'm waiting for fasteners. To be specific, 3/8 by 16th acorn nuts, also often referred to as cap nuts, which got me thinking. This would make a great currency. You need these if you're going to keep your world working. You need these if you're going to create new things from the old world to meet the new demands that you find yourself in the post-apocalyptic setting. They're easy to transport. They've got a hole in them. You can string them up and wear them around your neck. Bolts would work as well. Threaded rod would work as well. But these have the advantage of everybody needs the fasteners. And they automatically come in different denominations because they come in different types of nut sizes. I don't even actually know what this one is. I got it in a jar I bought at an estate sale full of these. I actually don't know what third size it is. I think it's probably a 3/8 of some variety, but I'm not positive. But really, really useful. Okay? And when you need one of these, particularly if you need a specialty style, you're going to be willing to trade things for it. Like quarter 20s, they're going to be like the lowest, probably one of the lower denominations. Whatever this thing is would be a higher denomination. And I've got nuts in my collection, which are this big. But if you have farm equipment and you need one of them, you're going to be willing to pay a pretty penny, or in this case, a bunch of these. So it's easily transportable, readily usable by lots of different people, and it's not immediately dangerous to you the way this is. Yes, you can use this to make something that's dangerous. I know. I build weapons as a hobby. All right. Here's one right here. I took an old bike sprocket, took some steel. I made a nasty, wacky thing. This is dangerous. It's got fasteners, specifically quarter 20 fasteners. But it's not immediately dangerous. I can't instantaneously turn this into a dangerous thing. Even if I were to use a slingshot, it's not going to kill you. It's going to irritate you. This is instantly deadly. Somebody takes this, they put it into a weapon, and they can kill you. This isn't. So why is it I've never seen these used as currency? As a maker, these are valuable. You can't get by without them. And if you want to make something and you're lacking these, you're in trouble. Now, it is possible to attach two things together without fasteners. You can use blacksmithing skills or peen over a nail or something and to make a rivet. But you can't take them apart. You can't repair them in the future easily. That's the beauty of a nut. Not only can I bolt something down and hold it in place, but I can take it apart and reuse it for something else. That tool right there, that weapon I just showed you, I take two nuts off of it. I've just got the components. I can build something else out of it if I want to. And I've done that for some of my projects. Disassembled something and reassembled something else. And then got back again. I like the first one better. We're going to put that one back. So that ability is key to the survival of any group. The ability to build, to disassemble, and to rebuild. And you need fasteners. And I think they are one of the most perfect post-apocalyptic currencies you could ask for. And I've never seen them used. So, have any of you ever seen any post-apocalyptic settings in role-playing games, in movies, in short stories, in comics, anywhere? Anime, I don't know. manga, I don't know, anywhere, have you seen them use nuts as a currency? I don't want to know about it because I haven't. I can't imagine I'm the first person to think of this. I'm not that smart. But as a maker, these will save your life.